Evening and welcome to our class. This is General Biology 1 Lab. My name is Sarah Gonzalez and I'm going to be the instructor for our course over the next 8 weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that you all can see what we're looking at here. Again, this is the General Biology Lab, so you should be able to see my screen. Hopefully, don't worry necessarily about these numbers here. I'm teaching 2 sections of this course. So these numbers don't exactly match. It's probably because I'm going off the other section, so you don't have to worry about that. But let's go ahead and take a look at what to do. Again, this may be your first semester here at SNHU. This may be your 100th semester. So let's go ahead and that way we're on the same page as to what to do for the course. So your layout might be a little bit different. Again, I'm on the instructor view, so hopefully it's a similar layout that you see. But if you go to course menu and if you go to announcements, they should automatically pop up. But here you're going to see all the announcements that I have been posting. So again, I posted one, I think, over the weekend. There's also an announcement here about me, about ordering your lab kit. So please make sure you do this because you will definitely need your lab kit, well, yesterday. So make sure you do that. So again, the announcements, I usually post a recording like this once a week. I'll post some links, some videos regarding some of the topics that we're going to be covering for each module. So you'll be informed as to what is being done here. So the learning modules, so if you go to learning modules, they are all split up right here by each week. So we'll focus, of course, on module 1, which is, again, the scientific method, so the introduction to the science of life. It starts out with a great tool here about the introduction. So just kind of introducing you to the topic, what we'll be doing in the module overview. So if you just click on overview, for instance, so what we'll be doing this week in terms of the lab and scientific experiment as well. So go ahead and review those. There's nothing due, again, for those two. Readings and resources, this is a very important tool. So this is where you're going to come across not only what you should have in your lab kit, so make sure you review the packing material list. Let me know by email or even text or phone call is fine too if you're missing anything, and we'll try to work through it, or maybe we can look for something similar to use. But this is an important one because this has all of your lab, what do you call it, the lab manuals in here. So there's also additional support as well. So you have some videos and other things as well. So take a look at that. So this week, what's due is your discussion. So typically, well, for this course, we only have one discussion this week, so that's kind of good for you. So you're going to be introducing yourself, as much or as little information as you feel comfortable. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, if you have kids or if you have pets, what state you live in, what your degree is, what you hope to become in terms of a career. And also, what you're going to do is you're going to reflect upon a time when you use a scientific method. So you might think to yourself, well, I've never really used the scientific method. I never really hypothesized something. I never really tested anything. Well, how'd you learn? How'd you figure out, what route to take to work today or school? How about what to wear to your job or to some place that you went to? Baking is another one. I know a few of you in your discussions talked about baking, supplementing a ingredient that wasn't called for or that you thought could work, and what the results were. So you can use any idea here of the scientific method. Make sure you talk about how you approach the situation. So how you came across, hey, there's a problem, I need to solve it. What were the steps that you used to go through the scientific method, and what did you learn from it? So your initial post is due by this Thursday. That would be, I believe, July 3rd, so the day before 4th of July. And then you're going to respond to at least 2 of your classmates. And in your response, you're going to, hopefully you can see this. I think I'm sharing the screen, okay. You're going to answer these questions. So did you notice any similarities or differences in how the situation was approached? What factors may have been interesting to examine these situations? And just kind of relate to your own scientific experiment. So, if you read one of your classmates, how you would have approached the situation. So again, your initial post due Thursday and your 2 responses due by Sunday. You also have this lab safety agreement. So you're just going to click on this link here. You can download it. You can sign it. You can e-sign it, print it out, sign it, scan it back in. However you're comfortable doing that. Just make sure that you do sign the agreement because basically we don't have a class where we meet face-to-face or you're doing the experiments in front of me. So we just want to make sure that we're all on the same page as to safety procedures. So again, wearing gloves, making sure that you're not doing these experiments barefoot just in case you accidentally drop something, kids, pets away, those kinds of things. So make sure you complete your lab safety agreement. This is also another non-graded activity as well too. So here you're going to read the lab manual and you're going to answer some questions about it. So you have unlimited attempts to complete it. So make sure you complete this as well. So there's 2 graded labs to do. So Intro to Graphing is one of them, and then the Intro to Science as well. So with this one, so again, this one here, it has some guidelines and rubrics, so make sure you review that. That kind of helps you understand what to put into the lab report. So for instance, if you go to the Introduction to Graphing here, there should be, there's the rubric there. So you can, again, you can see how you're going to be graded here. So you're going to access the lab report in what's called Gateway. You're going to perform the activity, make sure you complete the lab, and then you're going to upload it into our system here using Brightspace, that information here. And then same thing with the Intro to Science. Again, you're going to access the lab through Gateway, do the instructions there, go through it. Again, I'm not going to go through the whole thing because it is a little bit, not I want to say time consuming, but making sure that you are, you go through it and then upload your lab report once you're there as well. And then this is not a graded assignment, but this is just kind of a heads up. So there's going to be a final project for this course. It's a PowerPoint presentation that you need to do. So this is a good way just to kind of be aware of it. So there are some rubrics and guidelines here. And then you can post questions to the general questions topic. So you just click on that link and then you can post your questions. Anything that you're concerned about or you have questions on, and I'll do my best to answer them, of course, as quickly as I can for you. So again, what is due for this week? So again, make sure you do your discussion. Your first post is due by Thursday, your 2 follow-up responses by Sunday. Your lab safety agreement and the manual little quiz, both are non-graded, so make sure you complete those. And then your graphing as well too. I'm going to post a separate link to Gateway, making sure that you all have access to that because that is new this semester for this course. So I'm going to post another announcement with a link to Gateway just in case you're not able to find it here. So let me know if you have any questions. I know this seems like a lot of work. So some weeks, again, we have 1 lab due. Some weeks we have a couple labs due. Luckily, this is the only discussion. So there's only 1 discussion for this whole semester, and that's here in week 1. So that will hopefully take a little bit off your plate. But let me know if you have any questions. So hopefully you'll enjoy these labs. You'll get some great information out of them, and really kind of start to learn the scientific experiment. So here's to a great week and a great semester ahead of us.